Welcome to Single Mom Honey, a podcast dedicated to single moms with a focus of health and money and everything in between.
I'm Quaylin, Mama 3, nurse practitioner by day, creative soul, and health advocate by night.
And I'm Aisha. I'm a single mom of 2. I have a background in strategic finance, but my real passion is personal growth and stability.
I know that's right. Shit. We decided that we were going to start Single Mom Honey to help empower single moms to regain self-identity and self-confidence while obtaining knowledge and the power and the ability to live your best life ever.
I know that's right.
So we cover 2 topics mainly, and that is health, money, and everybody's interested in health and money.
Yeah, because it impacts them from
That's
day
the only
in
way you can be rich.
and day. Yeah. So listen, we're going to get into our topic for today here on Single Mom Honey podcast, and we're going to talk about single and thriving, embracing the solo journey.
I know that's right.
Right? You have to embrace it. It is another life. I like to tell people I've lived 3 lives. I was single and free. I was married and miserable. I'm divorced and happy.
Listen,
so I'm on life 3.
Listen,
Linda.
It is Linda, whoever it is. I liken my marriage as unto the movie 12 Years a Slave.
Oh my
Bitch.
God. Right?
I ain't going
Right?
back for nobody.
No.
I ain't
Once
going back
I
for nobody.
hit that North Star, I was going to keep running till I see the waters that I can't see the other sides. Yes, absolutely. As Quaylin mentioned, the purpose of our podcast is to inspire and to empower single individuals, most importantly, single mothers, to embrace their solo journey and to find you again, find joy again, and also grow
Absolutely.
personally and spiritually, because that is a huge dynamic in all of our lives. But we want to definitely highlight the importance of reframing singlehood, as I mentioned, an opportunity. I'm on life number 3, baby, and I'm loving it.
Me too.
Yeah, right? It's an opportunity for self-discovery and fulfillment.
So, for more info, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok as Single Mom Honey, and also join our private Facebook group, Single Mom Honey, to get up on the latest tea and honey combos.
Exactly. So we're trying to create a community for all of us because we know that we needed this. This is the reason why
Exactly.
we created Single Mom Honey in the first place. And so let's get into it. How is it being single and thriving?
It's absolutely, abso-fucking-lutely amazing. It's like to start with the fact that I am happily divorced. Like a lot of times I'm outside and, doing the healthcare thing. And my patients, we're building rapport. They're like, hey, do you have kids? Do you have a family? I'm like, yeah, I got 3 kids. And they're like, well, are you married? And I'm happily divorced. And they're like, well, we didn't think you were that old. Are you old enough to have a 17-year-old or 18-year-old? I'm like, well, my skin's smooth. And I do cover my grays. Everybody leaves situations and relationships at whatever time's best for them. But I'm happy I got divorced when I did. Because, I was on the verge
Actually, I
of
wish I would have did
completely.
it sooner.
Me too.
But go ahead
Me
with your story.
Listen, me too. But I'm glad that some of me was still preserved. Like, you know what I mean? Sometimes
a lot of
people completely lose themselves.
Yeah.
And starting over again, a fresh start is never a bad thing.
Yeah.
Like, I think a lot of people, the stigma is like, oh, you got divorced, oh, you did something wrong. No, actually, it might be the first time in your life that you actually did something right.
Yeah.
For me, it was.
So we're redefining singlehood. What are some of the challenging societal norms when it comes to the societal pressures or stereotypes about being single that you have experienced as being divorced?
That I failed.
Yeah.
That I failed as a mom.
I felt that, but no one else has made me feel that way, though.
I failed as a wife.
Oh.
And if failing as a wife was a way for me to win, I'm failing all day.
Right.
Never failed as a mother. Let me see, what else? Other norms that, you can't make it without your significant other, that your kids won't benefit or they won't succeed because they're in a single parent household.
Yeah. That your family is incomplete.
Yeah.
Or you're incomplete without a
Yeah.
partner, so.
That is a false narrative. In other words, fake news.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, Trump. So, there are benefits of being single. What are some of the benefits that you feel like you experience?
All right. My ex-husband was always in competition with me. And I didn't know that he was in competition with me. Like, there were other people who let me know. It was like, I graduated from college. Boom, he didn't graduate. But it was like, when I had a celebration, he had to make himself bigger
It had to be
somewhere.
about him.
Yeah, I graduated from nursing school. Oh, that wasn't enough. He did something else. Like, in my celebration dinner, it was about him again.
Yeah.
I feel like, when you're not with the right partner, everything is a weird competition, even if you're not the one
Yeah.
competing.
Yeah.
And
You don't
that
know
just,
that you're competing.
you don't even know. You don't even know. Someone is racing against you. Someone is competing against you. Someone is trying to sabotage you.
Yep.
Um, when you're single, you don't got to worry about that shit.
Yeah.
Like, the only competition you have is you. And if you're not worried about competition, you're just building and building and building. And you don't have to worry about all of the hurdles that other people may give you. Because, I mean, as a single mom, it's hard enough just to be like, you know what? I got these projects I got to finish. And then I also got to be a full time mother, a full time sister. God forbid you're going to court for custody
Mhm.
or child support. And then you're working full time.
Yeah.
Like, it's just too much. Stereotypes. What else? There are stereotypes that single mothers are on the welfare system.
Oh, yeah. Especially if you're a woman of color or black.
Yeah, but yeah, like, I'm here to say that that's untrue.
Yeah. If it
True.
is your story, then it's a part of your story. So
Exactly.
what?
That's
Everybody
okay.
needs.
Yeah, and at some point I was on Section 8
Mhm.
while I was finishing up nursing school because you know what? Why not utilize resources that will help you so you can be less stressed? You already have
Exactly.
enough on your plate. And stress kills people.
Yeah.
So if
Every
there's
single
one
day,
less
B.
thing you have to worry about, utilize the resources, whether it is financial aid or Section 8, or if you need food stamps, or if you need things like that. If those resources are available, I say use them. Why not?
So I think also some of the benefits of
Hmm.
being single is just the freedom to explore your personal passions. You're no longer
I I agree.
pouring into someone else.
Yeah, so you can pour back into you.
And it's the weirdest feeling.
You
After
feel
a,
you actually start thinking you're greedy when you
mm,
pour the amount. Listen, the
okay.
amount that I poured into someone else, when I started pouring it back into me, I was like, "Is this selfish?"
I
Mm,
didn't feel that way.
okay.
It just felt weird. Like I wasn't fighting it, just felt weird. It was like all the energy that I didn't realize how much energy I was giving away
Mhm.
in my marriage to my children's father until, I kicked him out and I filed for divorce. And then all of a sudden, all this extra time and energy that I did not have,
Right.
it was just like,
You
so there are really 24 hours in a day? Like, exactly. And then, as the kids get older and more independent, you start to pour back in yourself. It didn't feel selfish to me. It just felt odd, but I didn't stop it. I actually reveled in it. It felt so good to have time and opportunity to
I
really
will
discover
say
myself again.
that it definitely feels good,
Mhm.
but I wasn't used to it, so it was, like, abnormal, and I thought I was doing something it felt wrong almost in a sense
Mm.
for me
Well, you were in
initially.
your situation a lot longer than I was, so maybe
Yeah.
that could have been it, the
Could have
the
been. I was
impact
like,
of time. And you had more children, with them.
"One more. Lord have mercy."
It makes a difference,
You right,
shoot.
you right, 'cause it's a multiplier on
Yes.
kids.
Exactly. So it gives you the opportunity to build your personal boundaries, it give you opportunity to get to know who you are as an individual. That way you don't fall into the pitfalls of falling into more unhealthy relationships. You have
Exactly.
to learn from that experience, but
Agree.
you give time to heal. Another thing that I feel like being single and thriving is, as I mentioned, self-love and
Mhm.
personal growth. I think it's crucial for individuals to have self-love because you cannot love anyone else, including your children, until you love yourself.
I agree.
You have to love yourself. You could care for them, you could meet their needs, you can actually
Mhm.
meet their wants as well, but you have to love yourself, and singlehood gives you the opportunity to explore the person who has come here with you, a person who's gonna leave here with you, yourself. It gives you the opportunity to truly sit back and figure out, "What is my foundation? Do I like it, or do I wanna change it?" Now I have the opportunity to truly rebuild who I am as an individual. I like to do positive affirmations to myself
Oh,
in the
me
mirror.
too.
It's called mirror work. So I do it in the mirror. I have to
Okay.
stare at myself.
I do it in a car
Okay.
when I'm by myself because sometimes when if I work from home primarily,
Uh
but
huh.
when I pull up if for my part-time job and I'm doing patient care, I'm like, "You know what? This is my time." And I try to do my
Mm-hmm.
manifesting and my affirmations at that time.
Mm-hmm. So, one thing that I did notice after going to therapy after the divorce is I realized I was not looking at myself in the mirror. I would just go to the bathroom, brush my teeth, wash my
Mhm.
hands, but I wasn't sitting there and intentionally taking time out to just look at myself in the mirror.
Mhm.
You don't realize when you've been in a horrible situation how much you even dismiss yourself because the eyes never tell. Then the eyes never lie. I could never look myself in the eye because I knew I was not in the place that I needed to be in.
You know what? I happened to look at myself and I noticed that I was aging rapidly.
A
Like,
lot of
it was
people deal with
almost
ailments.
yeah, it was, like, almost like
He was
something
sucking the
was
life out of you.
girl, you done stole my
They're
words.
called vampires for a reason.
Energy vampire. You just read my
Yeah,
mind.
yeah.
Literally, if I did like a collage from me when I met the guy to when I had kids and married back to now, it's like I was young, then I aged, and then I time travel back.
Yeah.
Like, you
That
seen
shit is
me. You
real.
fucking seen
That is
me.
real because you don't have time. They don't allow you to have time to
Mm-mm.
invest in yourself. And then also you're taking care of the kids solely by
Mhm.
yourself, even though it's a whole nother
Exactly. And
capable
yeah.
adult over there, you're still doing it yourself, being
Mhm.
a single married mom. So I think when you finally get that opportunity in singlehood to really invest in what you have always wanted to do, you've always wanted to do, I mean, we have always wanted to invest your time into, it gives you the opportunity to discover things that you didn't even know about yourself,
Yes,
happy things, good things.
or to revisit the things that made you happy.
Yes.
Because sometimes you forget those. You
Yeah.
invest in other people and you start not doing the things that invest in you.
Because it's taken away from them. They're vampires,
Exactly.
they're succubus,
Mhm.
like, it's very important to build a fulfilling life independent of anyone, but most importantly,
Exactly.
independent of a romantic partner.
It's independent of a romantic partner and also independent of your children. You still have to
Yeah,
remember to find yourself outside of motherhood.
yeah,
But sometimes you can lose yourself during the relationship and with motherhood, and it's like a double whammy.
yeah,
So,
yeah, and I know I have experienced through other people that in a marriage, they're dedicated to their husbands, and I'm talking from a woman's perspective because that's the only thing I can speak
mhm,
of because I am a woman.
mhm,
Um They invested into their husbands, and once the divorce or the marriage broke apart, then they solely just poured into the children.
right,
Stayed single the whole time, didn't wanna date
right,
anybody else, but didn't change that energy that they directed towards their prior partner to themselves in
mhm,
any way. They just gave double to the kids, triple
right,
to the
and
kids,
less to themselves.
and then when the kids turn 18 and leave out the house,
They got no idea.
they not only they have no idea, here come the guilt trip. I did
Mhm,
everything for you.
mhm,
And now you're trying to control your children because everything you put into them, which
mhm.
is so unfair. Girl, you should have been had a healthy relationship with you so that you didn't have to
Exactly.
depend on me to feel as if you are relevant in this
Mhm.
life that you were blessed with. So I like women who marry their sons and they don't want their sons to get married or
Yeah,
they don't
that's
want their
wild.
sons to date and stuff because in their mind, that's my man. I done invested all the time in that man. Here as hell. But
Why do you
yeah,
keep reading my mind?
look,
It
'cause them are the men that end up being our ex-husbands. Because your mother was unhealthy, so now you're unhealthy,
unhealthy.
and then you bring the unhealthiness shit in my life. Now I gotta drop your ass too.
Not just unhealthy, the mother becomes an enabler in bad
Mm.
behavior and
Yeah,
ugh.
we're not even gonna get into that. That'll be a
Okay.
whole nother subject. So we're talking about how you could be single and thriving since this is the time of the year where everybody's getting prepared for Valentine's Day. People are thinking about the romantic side of adulthood. And if you have
Right.
somebody or if you do not, you still have to find out who you are as
You
an
know what else
individual.
I was thinking? It is so nice when you're single. You don't really, I mean, when you're a mom, you always think about your kids,
Yeah.
but like, you don't have to think about other people and their feelings,
Yeah.
like other grown adults.
I've actually become a beast.
Like,
Once I became a mom, I really stopped
yeah,
giving a fuck
yeah.
about
Uh,
other people feelings and everything else. Because I used to be a people pleaser. I'm a reformed people pleaser, and now I don't give a fucker. Yeah, that's where I am.
Me too. Me too. It's like a lovely place to be.
Well, talk about you don't have any fucks to give.
Yeah,
So,
I give negative fucks.
we're in the negatives now.
Yeah,
Okay.
do what's best for me, and I had to learn because it's not just like being a single mom. You have to have like boundaries, not just with the donors or the fathers or the family members. You got to have boundaries with your kids too.
Mhm.
So I had to learn that hard lesson.
All right, but let's go ahead and get into how do you navigate into dating and relationships after embracing your singlehood?
So I think it's important to not rush into things.
Mm,
Like initially when you're out there, especially when you're coming in straight from like a long-term relationship or marriage.
mm.
Cause bad habits, they're hard to break.
Yes, they are.
So a lot of
And
times I
sometimes
feel
you
like
having a mark on you too.
exactly.
Others can pick it
Listen,
from.
listen, listen, listen.
Mark of the beast.
Exactly. But predators smell blood.
Yeah.
When you got fresh blood,
You injured out here, girl. Go lick them
they
wounds.
can smell you.
Go heal. Yeah.
Yeah, go heal. Healing doesn't also mean that you can't date at all. You can still go outside and have fun, but you got to do everything in moderation.
Yeah.
You can't just be out here wild.
Dating with intention.
You date with intention. So if your intention is just to date for friendship or companionship, that's fine.
Mm.
If your intention is to date for marriage or a serious relationship, that's fine. But you got to know what exactly you want. And if you don't know what you want, just wait a little bit. Try to figure it out. Don't rush. That's one of the biggest things about like dating with intention. You got to make sure that the intentions of you and your future partner or friend or situationship are on the same page.
Mm.
Because otherwise, you're setting room for like a whole lot of confusion.
And who knows what they're bringing to the table as well. So that's why you take your time because you're not only dating for yourself, you're also dating for your children as well. If
Yeah,
you're going to be around them. If that's
exactly.
the
And don't
intention.
rush to bring people around your kids.
Absolutely the fuck not. We having a whole episode about that because I'm gonna tell you, as a single mom, you are your child's first line of protection in
Exactly.
the fucking world. Why are you
Exactly.
giving that up so easy?
Exactly.
No one should have access to your kids like that. They shouldn't have
And
access to you like that.
exactly. And then remember, like, at least during the first year of the relationship, you're meeting somebody's representative.
I'll
Like,
say first too.
well, give me first two
Okay.
because they are hiding it. Because that monster is like, if I come out now, she gonna get rid of me.
I gotta get my hooks in this bitch. I mean,
Yeah.
I gotta make her love me to the point she ain't gonna wanna leave me like my mama did. Cause they got abandonment issues.
Exactly. A lot of them. A lot of
Crazy.
them. You gotta be like, you gotta pick up on things. You can't go into this all naive, like thinking that, you know what? This guy can't be like the last guy. Listen, you need to have all your feelers out, period, at all times.
So how do you set healthy boundaries like when you first get back into dating?
I think that it's important, in all honesty, to date more than one person. Now, dating more than one person is not meaning that you sleep with all the people. If you want to sleep with all the people, you're going to tell. Do whatever you want.
Mhm.
But like, date them, get to know them under different circumstances. Because I think a lot of times people make the mistake of, I'm dating with intention, I'm dating one person. Then you get kind of like fixated on this one person.
Siloed.
Yeah, to meet all of your needs. And then once you've been married or in a long-term relationship, you kind of get like tunnel vision, like, I gotta make this work. No, the fuck you don't. If they're crazy,
Let them be crazy on their own.
exactly. That's
Release
not
them
your
back into the wild.
responsibility. Yeah. Release them back to the streets.
Right.
Here you go. Go back from whence you came.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You fucking crazy mother.
Exactly. You got to be able to let them go because then if you don't, then you're just like, it's like self-injurious behavior. Because, like, I will tell you this your radar is on 100% typically after you get out of a bad relationship. Like, you see the red flag.
Yeah.
It'd be like, they're like this. Now,
Yeah.
if you think, like, I get overstimulated really fast. So, like, if somebody's in my face like this with a whole bunch of red flags, I'm like, I can't do this. Like, do you see that moving on your head? You can't feel that? Like, so I feel like a lot of people try to ignore that because they don't know the difference between like being alone and feeling lonely. And you got to figure out what that is for you, you know?
Yes, having discernment and realizing not to settle.
Exactly.
Don't settle. You already did that before. You want to do that again?
No,
So you mean to tell me you gonna turn in a vehicle that got 250,000 miles to go buy one to 350?
no, absolutely not.
No, we're
Absolutely
not
not.
settling for less. You did it
No,
already. You
no,
deserve so much more to that. And
exactly.
being able to truly embrace your solo adventures means that you have to have a strong foundation with who you are and have those boundaries up.
Yeah, so
Well,
it's very important to figure out, and you can do this by like journaling, like the things like I say you make a list of things that you used to do that you really enjoyed.
okay.
Like, so for me, I like karaoke.
Cause she could sing. She don't be singing. I ain't never heard her sing a day in my life. I heard her sing though.
Or, like, if you're into art, if you're into traveling, like, I love traveling by myself. Have you ever traveled solo?
Yes, but
Uh,
only like 2 times.
okay.
No, nowhere far.
So I've traveled solo
Oh,
to Greece and to, um
Sweden? Was it Sweden? Switzerland?
I did go to Switzerland by myself.
South Africa?
Yeah, well, I met somebody in South
Oh,
Africa, but I
okay.
did travel by myself. And then I also went to the DR by myself.
Mhm.
It was like a wonderful experience.
I
And
wanna
at
try
first
one
I
day.
was like, "Oh my god, I'm going by myself. I won't have anyone with me." But imagine planning a trip and you don't have to consider anyone else. When every day of your life you consider it everybody else.
That sounds glorious.
You're outside like, "You know what? I want to eat."
Are you
You don't
hungry? Are you hungry? What did you eat a snack?
you don't
You
got,
want a snack?
"Can I have some of that?" You don't got to share.
Yeah.
You can do all the things. Like when you want to go on an
Take your time.
yes,
Can you hurry up? We're about to go.
he go on an excursion, like, you don't gotta worry about nobody else's attitude or, like, I don't really wanna do that, and so then you miss out on something that, like, you might not get back to do that, like,
Mhm.
it's magical.
This sounds wonderful.
It is magical, like, just the time you get alone with yourself, just to be like, "You know what? I think I'm gonna breathe right now by myself. No one's stealing my O2, no one's stealing it." Like
And I'm about to go take a nap. I
exactly,
feel like it.
that, and then, "Oh, I'm ready to go." "Hey, you're not ready? There's nobody else there."
Uh-huh.
I'm going by myself.
So do you
And
feel like go ahead.
and then if you bring your rose along,
I didn't expect that.
shit.
But TSA did because they checked it. They're like,
Oh, they checked it. They said, "What's
we
this?"
know what she's
"Oh,
doing on her vacation. Look, solo vacation. Yeah. So
guaranteed."
do you feel like that boosted your independence and your confidence of being able to do a solo trip?
Absolutely, 'cause I think my first solo trip was probably after the, divorce was to the Dominican Republic,
Okay.
and I actually went to a wedding,
Oh, okay.
and I was like, "Oh my god, I'm going to a wedding by myself. This is gonna
In the
be
midst
weird."
of a divorce.
In the midst of a
Everyone
divorce.
knows. They're gonna be looking at me like,
"Are
"Imagine."
are you okay?" And then the donor couldn't go to the wedding because he hadn't paid his child support.
Uh-huh.
And in PA
So it's flossing. You
yeah,
flossing on like
sitting on them, I was just like, "I'm going, but,
and laugh like the
I don't have to be there. I don't gotta be single with an ex there."
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? It ain't gotta be all that. I don't have no extra nonsense.
Mhm.
I can do whatever I want. And it was wonderful. Like, I went to some cave and I faced my fears because there was a cave with a body of water inside of it.
Mhm.
And then it was like, "Go ahead and jump in this water." And in my mind, I was like, "There's a sea monster in here.
'Cause that's what I'm
There's a
thinking.
whole fucking sea
Every
monster.
childhood movie told me that sounds like a bad
Like,
idea.
don't do that." But I definitely jumped in. And I was like, "Man, if something happened to me, I'm just like gone. Because
Mhm.
who's gonna save me?
Mhm.
God." And that's what you realize when you are embracing your solo adventures. It's you and God or you
Yeah.
and the universe. And like this whole time, like you thought you needed somebody else.
You already had who only person you ever need. Nope,
Exactly.
has been by your side.
Exactly. And it was wonderful. I jumped in and like even though the water was absolutely clear, I was still like very
Mhm.
fearful of like jumping in because I was like, "Oh my god, what if like the octopus monster is like see-through, clear,
Mhm.
and it's going to get me?" But nothing got me. It was
Mhm.
just the adventure in and of itself. Just the realizing that there was nothing to be fearful of, that I
Oh,
was already like taken care of and
mhm.
I just had to embrace this new life that I had.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it was amazing.
I feel like that sounds exactly like the topic of actually embracing being single and thriving. Like you
Yeah.
said, jumping into the water. What if?
Yeah.
That happens to a lot of people. That's what
Mhm.
keeps a lot of people in horrible relationships and
Absolutely.
miserable marriages because what if I leave this relationship? What if I file for divorce?
But
How is that going to
what
impact me?
if you don't?
And
You're gonna be dead.
yeah, but what are people going to say about me?
Yeah.
They're going to say I failed at my marriage and the reason the
Listen,
marriage didn't work because I was a horrible wife. There's no possibility that the man could be the
one
issue.
thing about embracing a solo adventure is meaning that you ain't got to worry about nobody else's fucking opinion of
Yes.
you.
And you learn that after going through the process because
Yeah.
there's gonna be some bumps along the road. It's not
Right.
gonna be smooth
And
sailing.
get up on a solo adventure. You thought that you had friends.
Yeah, listen.
You thought that they were your family. You
Yeah,
thought that they cared about you and your kids.
yeah.
Not so
People's
much.
true colors
Come
come
on.
out.
Yes, definitely
Darn
do. Mhm.
That's
And everything
first.
thereafter.
Yes, that's when you know who are the true down ass folks in your corner when you
Absolutely.
go through that. But I think a lot of people, and I feel like this kept me in the marriage longer because I was so worried about how I would be perceived by others. I tend to think that maybe a lot of people didn't expect me to get married. Like
Mhm.
I wasn't the marrying type, and I'm so super independent, and I'm so aggressive, and this and that. That's not true. It just needed the right partner. Unfortunately, I did not get that. But I got my 2 boys out of it. But other than that, like, embracing my singlehood, I feel has changed me for the better as a woman.
I agree.
It has changed me for the better as a mother, a friend, I would say even an employee, a business owner. It has made me look at all sides of the coin, since deciding to go into, singlehood and then truly embracing it and not allowing the pressures of being by myself to get me in another predicament in which I just survived from, which was a horrible abusive marriage. I am very protective when it comes to my children. I'm not one of those women who's gonna have any old guy around my kids, even if he may have access to me, doesn't mean my kids are gonna ever meet him until we get to that next level of
And
familiarity and
and
also
I'll even say this, even when you get to that next level of familiarity, you still have to be very observant and on the lookout for these men.
mhm.
'Cause, sometimes people are just waiting for you to get there.
Girl, there are too many stories
I
out here
dated a
today.
guy after, I was divorced, and I was like, I've known him since, like, high school,
Mhm.
and it turned out to be a fucking monster.
Mm.
He had
Stalker. Daddy issues?
mommy issues, daddy
Yeah,
issues.
issues.
Issues,
Issues.
issues, and then, like, you just don't know how those issues are gonna impact you and your children, so, like, you gotta be very careful.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, people gotta prove themselves. It's not just, like, you gotta see them in all seasons for a couple seasons, like,
Mhm.
before you even let them around. That's a lesson that I learned.
I think another way of being single and thriving, not only with the personal growth and the self work, the therapy, the ability to rebuild your finances, the ability to actually, like you said, pick up on hobbies and interests
Mhm.
that you may have laid down because you didn't have the energy to do so because you were
Right.
feeding into a negative, never ending abyss. And now you have the time to do that. But a lot of people have issues with being single. They want to jump right back to another relationship. They need to be with another person. You are going to stay in that cycle.
So, I think
You are going to stay in that cycle.
yeah, you don't need to be with another person. I will say that. I feel like it's a bad habit that needs to be
Mhm.
broken. Like, you got to learn to spend time with yourself, date yourself. Now, that timing is different for
Mhm.
everybody. Some people need like 6 months, some people need a year.
Mhm.
Sometimes people say it takes you like half the time of a breakup
Yeah.
to get over the breakup. I mean, sometimes it takes people twice the time. Like,
Mhm.
you just never know. But
I'm not saying it's a time frame. I'm just saying people who jump from one relationship
relationship to
next to
another.
the next to the next to
Well,
the
I
next.
mean,
When do you have time to really grow? When do you have time really to invest in yourself? You would
I
just
think it
once
all
again
depends
putting that
on
energy towards
also,
somebody else, not yourself.
yeah, I get that, but I think it depends on the nature of the relationship. Like, cause some people smoke cigarettes and some people smoke dick. I'm just being real.
Well, didn't expect that.
Right. Ooh, everybody has their thing, right?
Mm,
Um, and you gotta do what's best for you. Like, it's not, again, like, there's stigma related to everything. Again, you should take your time before you bring people around your kids and around yourself. Make sure you're healed, but healing, some people heal faster than others.
mm.
Some people move on faster
Wolverine
than
in this
others.
bit. We have kids, so we're talking
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
superheroes and stuff.
Yeah,
But yeah,
so yeah, I mean, you just gotta again, you gotta stop worrying about what other people think. That's the
yeah.
biggest thing because that's what's gonna hold you back. Like, if it works for you, then that's what you worry about. Like, if you're like, hey, I like to socialize a little more, and that helps me in my healing process.
Mhm,
Because like some people want to stay in the house, and sometimes that puts you deeper in your depression.
mhm.
Some people need to go outside. Some people gotta um go back out to the streets. Like, some people gotta do a whole lot of things, but you but you gotta do it with your own timing, I say. Like, you know what I mean? And you gotta, like, stop with the judgment, because a
Mhm,
lot of the times you don't do what you need to do because 'cause you're worried about what other people think about you.
mhm.
I've learned not to give a fuck,
Mm.
and I learned that early because everybody gonna have something to say.
I mean, you're not
Everybody.
here to please everyone, but
Not
you still have to invest in yourself.
you yourself, and I'm here to please myself all day.
didn't say please. I said invest
Okay. Well, that
in
too.
yourself.
That too. I just want to be clear.
Oh, okay. Well, we're going to go ahead and go into some affirmations that we
Yes.
would like to share with you when it comes to being single and thriving. Maybe you are going on a journey of being single, or you have been doing it and you just need an extra boost. So, some of the affirmations of the week are strength and resilience.
I am a mountain unshaken by storms. And those storms being any of these ninjas out here, any of the other shit that's going on at work, these kids, because they could be storms. Don't let them shake you.
Yes.
My strength is balanced. My spirit untamed.
Untamed, like a thing.
What does that mean to you?
My spirit is untamed means my possibilities are endless.
I know
There's
that's right.
nothing that I cannot do if I put my mind and my heart and my soul into it. I can accomplish anything. It could go from mind to material. And that means tangible and untangible things that I can experience in my lifetime.
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
I know, thank you. I rise each day a warrior in my own right. That means ain't nobody running this shit but
Period.
me.
Period.
Okay? Woman king.
Right? Okay, first of all.
What? Yes, I'm a
Okay.
warrior.
All right,
I'm a
fine.
warrior.
All right, fine. Challenges may come, but I am built to endure.
Ford tough? Nah. Single mom tough.
I know that's right, because Ford means found on road dead.
I'm single mom tough, okay? And I'm a part of that single mom honey tribe.
I know that's
So
right.
if you want to become a part of the single mom honey tribe, you can go ahead and follow us on our Instagram at single mom honey, as well as our TikTok, and join our private Facebook group so we can keep the conversation going, because we need a community. All of us do.
Exactly.
And with that, that brings us to the end of another episode. We hope that you gave you some inspiration and tips on being single and thriving.
I'm Quay, and I cover health.
I'm Aisha, and I cover money.
You bring the tea.
And we have the honey.
Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, bye.